I just saw this fantastic video from a filmmaking channel called Doomed Productions, where they talk about some of their filmmaking inspirations, filmmakers that inspire them to go out and create. And I would love if you guys would go check out that channel after this video. But I wanted to kind of take their format and do my own version of it because I thought it was a great idea, and I think a lot of you guys asked me about my inspirations and how I come up with certain ideas, and I thought it'd be a cool way to talk about some of my film inspirations. So please, at the end of the video, check out Doom Productions. They were the one who came up with this idea. I'm just kind of taking the format and making it my own. So thanks, and now let's get into it. One of the filmmakers I've recently become very interested in, I've only seen a couple of his works, but I really think it's been very inspiring to dig into his work, is David Mamet. David Mamet has directed a bunch of films, but the two that I've kind of seen and latched onto were House of Games and his film Homicide. And I think David Mamet has a very interesting way, kind of like Quentin Tarantino and others of his ilk. He has a very unique way that his characters speak. You just kind of, the minute you enter in a David Mamet script, you really feel his dialogue and his presence throughout every line. And I think going forward, especially in my new scripts for the next 12 features, I'm gonna be taking a lot of inspiration with how he handled specific scenes in his film Homicide. I really liked how he handled, there's a scene with this gun, and he always uses the gun as sort of a focal point to the film, but it's in the background. And I think it's so fantastic. Every time I watch the film, it really just gets to the core that it sets this small situation in the background, but it becomes a very big situation later on in the film. And I love that about how his writing. He's got a way of taking small things and making them very, very big, very, very quickly. So I think his work has been very recently inspiring me, and I think you should check it out.
Joe Mantegna in David Mamet's Homicide.
Filmmaker number 2 is Albert Brooks.
Okay?
You should hear your voice. It just filled this room with excitement.
This is David and Linda Howard.
Albert Brooks is a fantastic filmmaker. He is the creator of the film Lost in America and a few others. I'll put them up on screen. I can't remember everyone off hand, but every one of his films has just got this unique comedy to it. And I think the way he makes comedy and the way he allows it to exist in this sort of awkward space. He's always loving the awkwardness. And I just love awkward comedy, and I feel like Lost in America specifically is just the epitome of awkward comedy, and has been a big inspiration on me over the last few years. I saw it like maybe 2 years ago, and I've really, really been into this film, and I own it on Criterion. It's a fantastic film, and I really think that you can't go wrong with Albert Brooks. All the stories he's done, they just have this lived-in quality.
Lost in America.
Great movie. You gotta see it. It's historic.
The third filmmaker is probably one of the most known on the list, is Jackie Chan. I think Jackie Chan is really an inspiration in a different way, which is his work ethic. Basically, every film you watch by Jackie Chan, you can just kind of tell there's this work ethic that's just beyond what anyone would really expect of a director. He puts himself on the line, and it's something I've always really wanted to do in my work. Specifically in Chlorine and in Sheep Theater, I wasn't putting myself on the line in the way that he was doing, which is, you know, stunts, but I felt like emotionally, I was putting it all on the line. I was doing stuff I wasn't comfortable doing, and I feel like that's what Jackie Chan does so well, is that he makes films where you can tell he's uncomfortable. He doesn't necessarily know how to do it, but he's going to figure out how to do it and achieve it and make it look effortlessly. So there's like a scene where he kicks this pen in Police Story. I think it's the original Police Story. And he kicks this pen, and it looks so fluid because he kicks it and he catches it. And then you look at the behind the scenes, and it took him like, I think 180 some takes to do that, and it looks so effortless in the film. And I think it's because he has this crazy work ethic that really shows that if you put it all on the line, you're gonna make something fantastic. So I think Jackie Chan is a great director to check out. A filmmaker I found that is a foreign filmmaker that I really enjoy is Juzo Itami. I think that's his name and how you say it. He made a couple films I really enjoy, specifically Tampopo, which I recently saw, and then also Supermarket Woman. I think his films have this fun playfulness with the way that the characters are interwoven into the story. Specifically Tampopo with the ramen western concept, it really got me thinking about like, how do you kind of play with these ideas? How do you, when you're creating a story, how do you make something that is interesting as just an idea and then also with creative characters? He doesn't just make, you know, a story that has good characters or good concepts. He really melds those together. And I think specifically with Tampopo, he took a concept that could have been so boring, which is making ramen, which sounds very boring. And he makes it into this beautiful kind of statement film. It's sort of funny, it's comedic, it's got beautiful visuals, it's got an interesting story, it's got a colorful cast of characters. He really took something that I think could have been just very standard and made it into something really fantastic. So I think with his work, it's to dream bigger and to come up with the most unique version of a concept. So if you have an idea, think about it and then say, okay, well, what can we do? How can we push it? And I love pushing my work. And I think in 2021, I really want to push my work further. He's been inspiring me a lot. And the final person on my list is Sejun or Senjun Suzuki. I don't know how you say it. I probably said it wrong both ways. If you've ever seen the film Drive, I feel like this is like the genesis of Drive. You have this creator who makes these colorful, intense stories about gangsters and all those people of that ilk. And he uses the color palette to really show the violence, to show the sort of uniqueness of these characters and the world that they live in. And I really feel like Nicholas Winding Refn owes a lot to him. And I love Nicholas Winding Refn as well, but I really wanted to show someone I felt that really kind of let him pay homage to that. So I think that creator, Sejun Suzuki, really inspires me to get creative with the visuals. Whenever I feel like I'm playing it too safe, I look at his work and I think of the colorful, really, you know, pop art style visuals that he created. And I think to push myself a little further. So I think he makes amazing films. Specifically, the cinematography always looks fantastic in his movies. I would really highly recommend you checking out his work. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and go check out Doomed Productions. Consider subscribing to our channel as well. We want to do more videos teaching as well as short films and feature films. So thank you so much and have a great day.